Hey guys, welcome back to the Newsarama Sky booth here at New York Comic Con. I'm Justin Tyler.
I'm Grace Randolph.
You're talking to Dennis Hopeless.
How's it going, guys?
The man of Avengers Arena. And you have an announcement
Yeah.
regarding
Yes.
any of those characters?
Yes, Avengers Arena ends with issue 18, and then in March we're launching Avengers Undercover, which is, it's not a sequel, but it's sort of a follow-up series that takes the spoiler survivors of Avengers Arena and they decide to go undercover in the Masters of Evil. So it's sort of PTSD-stricken teenage superheroes who invade the Masters of Evil and try to bring them down from the inside out.
So what happened? Was Marvel like, we need to have too many secondary characters? We need to, cull the herd. Yeah,
No,
come in here and kill some of them.
Absolutely not. No, it came sort of organically. Originally, it was just going to be a normal teen book, and one of the storylines that I pitched was sort of like a Triwizard tournament for all of the Marvel Universe teen schools, and the editors saw that and they said, "No, that's the book. Just do that."
Yeah.
So we
That's
sort of
awesome.
expanded it into more of a.
What do you think of X-23 heading over to the X-Men?
I wish they'd held off on showing that was going to happen because it spoils the book a little bit.
She
but-
lives!
Yeah. No, I'm glad to see her moving up. I love Laura. She was fun for me to get to play with for a year, and it's great that she'll be in a bigger book. So.
I feel like a lot of people read the book and they're so skeptical. And then they're like, this is really good. How does that feel as the writer taking something? Is that a compliment, or you're just like, well, just give it a chance?
That's
Yeah.
absolutely the best thing. That's the most fun that we've had with the book for the past year was that a lot of people were skeptical up front. And when the book was announced, I thought, well, everyone's going to hate this because they were, people were freaking out online. But a lot of the fan reaction we get now is, I didn't want to like this. I tried it out because I wanted to hate it, and you changed our minds. Which is, that's the best thing you can do. Someone doesn't think they're going to like something.
You're getting a lot of tough subjects. I mean, not only that, but you also have to handle Hope.
Yes.
Over in Cable and X-Force, and Hope is another very difficult, divisive character.
Hope is polarizing. It's weird. People love Hope and people hate Hope. To me, Hope and Cable just sort of make sense together. So I don't really understand the Hope hate, but I do hear it sometimes. There are people that love the book unless Hope is on the page, and then they want to burn it.
That's so
I'm
weird.
afraid I'm a Hope hater, I have to say.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
I'm sorry. I'm like, she's the knockoff Jean Grey. She's
Oh,
supposed
she
to
just has red hair.
Yeah,
It's not that big of a
It
thing.
just drives me crazy.
See, to me, she's a female teenage
What
Cable.
am I not getting about it? Is that what it is?
Yeah, she's Cable. She was raised in the future, in post-apocalyptic future, by Cable to be the badass, and now she lives in our world where other teenagers are ridiculous to her.
Yeah, she
So
never had
to
a
me-
childhood. She's
right.
always around these people who live their lives, and she has to relate to them. I am a Hope fan.
Oh, so you have both sides of the spectrum here. Nice.
Hope and hopeless.
Yeah.
I feel like in your writing, you really take these characters, like, for instance, Nara, who recently, not to spoil it, but recently something happened to her.
Yes.
And you take these characters that we don't really know, and you just, in a single issue, most of the time, just infuse them with so much voice and character where we, fall in love and then get very upset or whatever is happening to them. How do you do that? What is your process to really get inside these characters?
The part that comes easy for me is finding the character and hearing the voice, because I can't, I guess whether it comes easier, whether it's that I can't write the script until I hear the character's voice, but once I'm in their head, they sort of just figure out what they want and what the worst thing that could possibly happen to be, and then put them in that situation. And then, in Murder World, it's pretty easy to put people in the worst case scenario. So, it really is just finding a voice and hearing that in my head, and then having them react to terrible, terrible things happening to them.
So for the new book, what are the challenges going to be? Obviously, there's the stress of being undercover.
Yeah.
Do they get to ever go out of undercover, or is this hardcore?
They're
Donnie
pretty
Donnie,
deep.
yeah.
Yeah, it's they don't have a handler who sent them there. No one would take these very broken kids and say, "Hey, now go infiltrate the Masters of Evil." This is sort of a thing. The world now knows them for the arena and for all of this horrible stuff that's happened to them, and they want to change that story. They want to be something else, so they concoct this plan, sort of organically, to go do this thing. And one of the challenges for them is that now that they've gone through Murder World and now they've done these horrible things and seen these horrible things, turns out they relate to the villains a little better than they related to the heroes. So yeah, there's definitely a possibility that some of them will kind of go native and end up villains at the end of the book.
Especially because a lot of these characters come out of Avengers Academy, where that was their whole premise.
Yes.
It's they may be evil, and then to put them in an evil situation.
It's just tempting fate.
Right. Well, yeah, and that's exactly they had characters like that to begin with, a lot of the Avengers Academy characters, and then we sort of pushed them off a cliff. So obviously we wanted to play with that idea, now maybe they are villains, and see where they fit.
What's your favorite Avengers Academy death? Avengers Arena.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody's least favorite is Red Raven, so I'm going to say the unpopular one.
Okay.
I love Red Raven's death. It was fantastic. No, I don't know. I don't really think of it that way.
Yeah. Let's talk about Cable and X-Force a little bit. I feel like it's such a fun. Well, Avengers Arena has all this heavy, like teen hormone murder to death and all that. Cable and X-Force is like fun, big action, sort of like 90s comics with like more character work.
Time travel. Yeah.
Yeah, that's absolutely what we wanted to do. We were coming off the end of Rick Remender's Uncanny X-Force run, which was hugely popular, one of my favorite books of the past 10 years. And you can't do the same thing Rick did. Like, that would have been horrible. So we wanted to lean the other way, and Cable was going to be in the book, and I thought, well, people love Cable because of the like big shoulder pads, big guns, big action, 90s stuff. How can we take that and sort of modernize it? And the way that I tried to do it was to build the book around his relationships with his teammates and then with his daughter. And it's been really fun. It's fun to have a book like Arena that's really emotional and character driven, and then to do some character work in this huge action sort of Michael Bay world of Cable. It's been fun to bounce back and forth all year.
I think you have to show off your tattoo, by the way. You have a very cool tattoo. It's very nice. It's very well.
Classic
Yes.
I realized I work at Marvel, but I got that when I was 19 and I didn't work anywhere.
They still hire you because they respect it.
Well, you need to get a matching Marvel character.
Yeah.
Well, my wife is a tattoo artist, and she's very sought after. She's booked about a year ahead.
Wow, really?
Yeah, in Kansas City. So she did all this while she was apprenticing when we were kids.
She
and now I
practiced
can't
on
get in. Well, sort of. I mean, she was already working, but now I can't get in. So that's hard to get to.
That's one last question. One of my favorite relationships in the Cable and X-Force is Colossus Domino.
Yes.
How did that come about?
I don't remember. Like, it wasn't in my original plans. I wrote the characters and kind of had Domino flirt with him, and then it made sense. Like, Domino likes big, burly, sort of broken guys with metal body parts. So to me, Pete
He's all metal.
And
He's like, upgrade.
right, exactly.
2.0.
So yeah, it just sort of happened organically with writing the first couple scenes with him. And I'm like, hey, there's a relationship there. I'm going to play with that.
Awesome. Well, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.
Everything's going so well. I feel like you're really killing it.
It's been a great year, and hopefully next year will be just as good.
Awesome. And you guys stay tuned to play more from Comic-Con.